Are you aware that veterans who are 100% permanent and total qualify for two ID cards? That's right. I'm sure you're familiar with the first one, which is the ID card that you use to check in at any VA medical health facility. The second one is where I want to make sure that you are well aware of this card, the benefits, and how to get one if you are 100% permanent and total. So let's get right into it. So, first off, for those 100% permanent and total disabled American veteran ID, the first one, as I mentioned, is you're most likely familiar with, is the one that you use to check into your medical VA appointments. That card is issued by the VA, and that you can use it to get access to your to the medical facility. And in addition, it does confirm that you are eligible for VA medical services. You'll see on your card that it says service connection, right? And it also can be used for military bases if you plan on using your VA issued card to enter on a base. You want to make sure that the last I checked, and this I went, it's been just over a year ago. I try to enter on a base using this card. And unfortunately, I could not use this card, this VA card, to get onto base. I could have used it if I had a certain sticker on it that I would have to go to a base that will allow or will certify that I am a veteran and would add this extra piece of information on the card in order for me to use it to get on base. So you can use it in or you can use it, but there's a sticker that needs to be attached to it in order to use it to get on base. I was told that it could take some time. I don't think it's something that's right away. Perhaps it can be with the proper documentation and so forth, but it's often not recommended. Well, let me back up. It's not recommended to try to get onto base without first having that sticker. Now, you might be in a situation where you're close to a base that will issue that sticker. Where I went, I believe I went on a Friday evening. They weren't going to open up or be available till Monday. So that wasn't a possibility. I'd be leaving back to home by that time. So my friend, who is the commander of that base, mentioned to me, go to this Air Force facility that does and can provide that sticker because his parents did it and were able to get onto base. So there you have it. Now that's the first card. The second card is a card that is issued by the DoD. Now, this is for disabled veterans that are 100% permanent and total. Now, as I mentioned, this is issued through DEERS, and DEERS is the Defense Enrollment Eligibility Reporting System. This, of course, if you've been in the military, you've heard of DEERS. You, yourself, your family, been in DEERS, and they are the ones who issue this ID card for 100% permanent and total disabled American veterans. Now, it grants benefits normally reserved for military retirees, even though the veteran may not have retired from service, right? So it grants these benefits for veterans who are 100%. And this is a really unique benefit. And so I want to make sure that if you're not aware of it, I want you to know about it so you can utilize it. The key benefits of having a DoD ID card issued is that you could go on to have commissary access, exchange access, MWR facilities, um, which I'm not sure. And perhaps when you were in the military, you might have taken some vacations to different places. I know that when I got out, I went to Hawaii, and there were some facilities, and it was great. So I know of some places that are MWR facilities, and um, this was way before I was in the situation I am now. But I used that facility, and now you, as a veteran, with this ID card, can reserve places throughout different bases throughout the United States. So that's a huge benefit. Next, of course, is the space available travel space, or space A travel on military flights. Those are great options. However, you have to be extremely flexible, not only in going to where you're trying to go and also trying to get back. It's not as easy as just booking a flight. So, but you can catch some of these space A travel. Also, installation access for base privileges and events. If I would have had this card before, when I went to visit my friend, who was even the base commander, who still had to go to the front and pick me up and let me get through the base. So I would definitely be able to show my ID card and go ahead and drive right on in. Next is eligibility for some TRICARE benefits for dependents. In addition, so look into that as an option. There, of course, there are some criteria that need to be met, but definitely look into that. And then also, spouses and children, eligible dependents, can also receive their own DoD card with access to these privileges, which is really unique because if you live near a base and they have a really cool fitness facility, you should be able to go on there and utilize those fitness facilities. So, if you are in this situation and you want to know how to get this ID card, this is the link. I will put it in the description so that you can begin the process, and the process in order to get this ID card. There is information that you're going to need to take with you, and I'm going to show you the information that you're going to need to take with you to this facility so that you can get your ID card. You're also, if you have eligible dependents, you're going to want to take them with you if you want them to also have their own card. If you just want to enroll them in DEERS, they do not need to be with you. But if they want to have their own cards, or you want them to have their own cards, they will need to be present in order to take a picture. So let's have a look at this link. So here we go. This is where you can locate an ID card office locator in your area. You'll see here where it asks you to enter a city, state, zip, or country. Okay. So, all right. So you will then decide where you're located and the city, state. Now, I want to share with you some information, and I'm going to look at a city where I know there is a place. So let's go with Lemoore. Let's go with Lemoore, California, because I know, just to give you an example. So Lemoore, California, I'm putting all, and here are the options. You have Naval Air Station Lemoore. This is just an example, okay? Then you have a couple other areas depending on um, location. And I just know about this because of a friend of mine. So I'm putting that in. So I'm going to go ahead and click select. And down here, you'll notice that they have their office hours, they have walk-in hours, and you may see similar information for the place where you're located in order to get this information. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you some more. Let's see what this right here. This is what I want. Yes. Great. So this is perfect. So let me move myself out of the way. So what I want to share with you is this information right here. Here we go. Right here. 100% disabled American veteran, DAV. Now here's the thing. For initial 100% disabled American veteran ID issuance, the following documents are required. So this is the information that I want to give you. A DD-214 reflecting honorable or under honorable conditions, your VA award letter reflecting your 100% disability service connection, permanent or temporary, with the next evaluation date, if you have one, state and or federal issued ID, and a social security card, which I thought was really interesting because your DD-214 is going to have your social security number. You'll have a VA disability letter, your photo issue ID, of course, your state, and then they still want your social security card. Like, to me, I thought that was really, really interesting. So now here are some other things to be mindful of if in the event you want to do this. Adding your spouse to DEERS. When adding a spouse to DEERS, the following documentation are required: an original or certified copy of your marriage certificate displaying the appropriate markings of the issuing facility, social security card, okay, markings of the issuing facility, right? Usually the county courthouse. Their social security card and an unexpired photo ID. All right. If either party was previously married, certified divorce decrees are also recommended and may be required for record updates. Okay. So that's also important. Now, adding children, same thing. For children born during the marriage or parents subsequently married, the spouse must be enrolled in the record prior to dependent child enrollment. Required documents: original or state certified copy of the birth certificate and social security card, hospital proof of birth letters. Usually verification letters are not acceptable, right? So that's what you'll need if you want to add children. Now, if you want to add a stepchild, to enroll a stepchild, spouse must be enrolled. So the parent must be enrolled in the record prior to the dependent stepchild enrollment. Required documents: original or state certified copy of marriage certificate, original or state certified copy of birth certificate, and a social security card. Now, I do know this: if for some reason the child does not have a social security card, DEERS will provide an ID number until that child has a social security number. Okay. So I wanted to share this with you. And in fact, if I would have known, or I just wanted to look through all this documentation here, right? Every base has their own rules and regulations, but I'm certain that these are going to be the same no matter where you go. It's federal, it's government, it's the military. So they're going to want the same things. So here's another thing. Look at this. IDs no longer acceptable. ID card offices can no longer accept the following: a student ID, expired IDs, including driver's license on military auto extended. Oh, including driver's license on military auto extend. So there are some ID cards, maybe perhaps before the child had a student ID, right? Most children do not have their own ID, much less even a passport. So it's just really important to be aware of that. So look through these documents and schedule a time in order to get this new ID card that has a lot of benefits that you as a 100% permanent and total veteran can now have access to. And there's quite a bit of benefits. So once again, check to see your local area and look at the requirements so that you have the documentation. Once again, for your initial card, you need a copy of your DD 214. You need a copy of your 100%. Let me go. So once again, you need your DD 214. You need your VA 100% disability letter, whether it's permanent or temporary. You need a federal ID card, federal or state ID card, and your social security number. That will then get you enrolled and you will be able to get your ID card through the DoD and begin to receive these benefits. Also, once again, if you want to enroll your spouse or any children, look at the requirements that are on there, have those so that they then can have their own ID card. If you want, they don't need to be present to be enrolled in DEERS. You still need to provide the same information, but they don't need to be present if you just want them enrolled. But if you want them to have their own ID cards, they will need to be with you, or they will need to be in person so that they can take a picture. Because that's what will be on the ID card. All right. As always, in helping veterans to submit claims, every approved claim is an evidence-based claim. If you are not familiar what an evidence-based claim is, check out this video above here so that you know what an evidence-based claim is. Every claim that has ever been approved is evidence-based. It's just a new term. However, be informed and knowledgeable on what it is so that you can submit a solid claim when submitting your VA claim. So go watch that video and I'll see you in the next one.